Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, B Farm, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. We're going to do a George Clinton montage, aka Fantasy is Reality. Let's go. Radism 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, getting to know yourself a little bit better. Right Thinker's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka living out the fantasy, making it reality. Right thinkers, excuse me. What was that? Okay, yeah. Knowing thyself, aka spiritual enlightenment, knowing thyself. That's the goal. And my mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your mission is to know thyself. See where I'm going with this? So I asked the question: do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Right thinkers. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. Right thinkers. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And always to my yacht be true. George Clinton, I heard this record about 40 years ago, a little over 40 years. Fantasy is reality in the world today. If you understand that, and if you can improve yourself and better yourself, you will truly understand what it means. So let's talk about it. I got a full understanding. See if I can get you to get understanding. Yes, we live in what they call the matrix. Understand it. I keep telling you, we're in God's dream. That's the matrix. Okay. Somebody's controlling it. Somebody know, oh, that's God. Okay, we passed that. But because of our ignorance of our own imagination, and that's the way out of what? The matrix, or to the afterlife, we called it. Modernize, break the matrix. Okay, get out of this the game. Okay, a lot of us in the game don't know we're in the game. Life is a game. You gotta become a player. But when you become an enlightened player, you can change the game, so to speak, again, in your favor. We was gifted with a mind to what? Conceive, or excuse me, we got a mind to achieve whatever the mind can conceive, aka fantasy or imagination, ideas that's brought up from here until you can manifest it. It means nothing. Useless thoughts, random thoughts, ideas. Yeah, we all got that. But when you learn how to control this thing up here in your head, you would take away all that nonsense. That's what the meditation is for. They said stop the noise. The noise is the unwanted thoughts that you can't seem to get out your head. Practice, meditate. I got 10 years of it. Trust me, it works. You can clear out the junk, the unnecessary stuff that don't serve you through meditation. Okay. Mind exercise. If you can learn it, if you can comprehend it, you can manifest it. That's what reality is. And you are in total control of that. That's what it said. You control your destiny. Mhm. But it takes what? Learning, listening, learning, comprehending, reflecting, manifesting, meditating. Put it to use. Right thinking, again, right thinking, not just thinking, no, wrong thinking, no. Right thinking is what? Constantly thinking, being aware, aka God conscious, Christians, Christhood. Okay. But when you keep God present and you keep God on your mind, that keeps you from veering off certain things, doing certain things. When you put God on the back burner, that means you're going to take control. That means your ego is driving the bus conceptually. Right thinking means the ego never getting control until what? You give it control. Other than that, it's under your control again. And the ego is greed, anger, lust, jealousy, all those negative qualities that you have control over that a lot of us don't pay attention to. Well, ignorance, right there. If you're not realizing something, you're ignorant. If you don't know something, you're ignorant. Don't mean you're dumb or stupid. That comes after the action. But the ignorant part just means you don't know. You can take care of that problem of ignorance of self. My goal is to get you to do just that. Everything else is on you. God tell you, Jesus told you, find the kingdom of heaven first, and all other things. I watch my man Reverend I bring it down. Other things will what? Will be on given to you. Why? You can earn them. Once you get knowledge of self, you can go out and get anything you want in the world. Or I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All those are saying I'm going to be motivated by something bigger than me that's inside of me, that drives me. The spirit. Sorry, I get excited. Yeah. Slow down, boy. You ready? But my point is, you are in control of you. If you're not, somebody else sure will. I live in my fantasy world. Why? I live what I think. I bring to life what's going on in my mind. Always done it. What's this? I live in a fantasy world that what? That I set up for myself. I live what I think, what I learn, and what I believe. I manifest it. Learning it for what? To do what with it? All this knowledge I got. Took me a lot of years to get it. So what I'm gonna do with it now? Now that I got it, what I'm gonna do with it? I'm giving it away. How about that? So y'all the beneficiary of me just giving away knowledge. If you want it, here it is. Let's go. I'm here every day doing this for you. So I made my fantasy, okay, my reality. When? Oh yeah. Even when it was wrong. And it was wrong. I was wrong as two left shoes. So was he. He was the leader of everything. I followed the wrong leader. And if you have a wrong leader and you follow him, you're going to go what? The wrong way. Simple as that. Simple as that. So be careful who you follow. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Moving on. Yeah, I did that. But I dreamt of being a drug dealer. Why? I'm a product of my environment. I saw number runners, I saw pimps, I saw drug dealers. What else am I supposed to do? I thought that was normal. Okay, what the else? Okay, so and watch this. I dreamt of being a drug dealer. Okay, after the money, excuse me, I watched the movie. I come up black exploitation movie. I was Goldie. I was Superfly. I was Troubleman. I was every black exploitation star that I manifested in my mind. I lived that lifestyle for myself. Nobody knew that, but that's what I was doing, bringing my fantasies to reality. I can tell you that now, because I'm still doing it. How about that? Just now, it's in a good way. The other way wasn't so good, but I still did it. That's the point. Sorry. I love my fantasy life, and I pay for it. Why? You cannot get rewarded for bad actions. You got a punishment. You have a price to pay. You got to dance. You dance to that music. You got to pay the piper. Pay. Okay. I just don't dance no more. Why? I ain't trying to pay. He couldn't refuse to dance, so he continued to pay. Moving on. Sometimes with your life. Even in my cell, when I was in solitary confinement, I fantasized about what? Being a better me when I got out. See? Again, don't make a difference where you're at. Don't make a difference what you're doing. If this thing is working, you can use it. If it ain't working, it has no use. You're gonna be in a big problem. Okay, you're gonna have a problem. But these are things that I wanted to do. When I after 3 years, I didn't tell nobody my fantasy. I came out and started manifesting them again. Went to start with the UPS again. After 3 years of fantasizing and working out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do, didn't have a clue, but I knew I wasn't going to sell no more drugs. I knew I wasn't going to do that. That fantasy is long gone. I woke up, that was a nightmare. Young people, you find it for yourself. You ain't listening to me. I ain't going to problem with that. Knock yourself out. But after 3 years of fantasizing about living right, when I got out, the first thing I did was just that. Changed my life around. Been going that direction ever since and getting better the whole time. My whole life, I live what? Don't mind. Okay, I lived out. Excuse me. Yeah, I lived out my fantasies, both good and bad. Early in life, more bad than good. Later now, it's all good. Why? I don't do bad no more. Oh, you perfect? No, I just don't do bad things. That don't make me perfect. I'm just a good dude. Simple. When I was bad, I did bad things. I was a bad dude. Simple. Moving on. But you are, again, watch this. Perfect segue. You are who you think and fantasize or believe you are. No matter what somebody say or tell you, it don't make a difference because you control you. So you are going to be and do whatever you think you are. If you don't understand that, you're fighting an uphill battle. You swimming uphill like the salmon. You don't stand a chance. Okay. Now I believe. I thought you don't do believe. Wait a minute. Okay. Again. And I think I'm a master teacher. The jury's still on that because I'm still doing it. So we'll never know. But I'm doing it right now. And master meaning I mastered myself. Teaching is what I do to express and hopefully help other people out. But I'm a master teacher of what? My own philosophy that I've adopted after studying others, and I just put my twist to it. That's it. It's still the same philosophy. Maya, Shita, Netta. Moving on. But you can bring your fantasies to life. Wow. Just by doing it. Nike, just do it. Don't talk about it, my man. Be about it. A bunch of lip service, unless you somebody who do that for a living, don't serve nobody no good but you. And people who listen to that nonsense, it don't help them no bit. I give information that if you listen, you can use it, manifest it, and thank me for it. That's all I got for you. And just do it, aka live it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. I'm here every day. I live out my fantasy life when? Every day. Oh, daily. Like the sun, when I rise with a purpose and a reason to do what I do. Okay? First thing, pray, meditate, work out, and then enlighten you. That's my routine. Moving on. I don't think or believe. Right thinking philosophy can what? Can better your life. I don't have to think, believe it. I know that. Why? I live it. I'm the proof of that. Point blank. Simple as that. So whatever I'm saying to you, however you take it, I've already done it. I know it, and I'm speaking from experience. That's why I know what I'm talking about. Now, your life is ran by your fantasy, by what you're thinking. It's all philosophical or fantasized or imagination. You make it what you want it to be, just like me. If you're hell bent on your philosophy or what you believe about yourself, be about that. Be an individual. It's okay. It's okay to be an individual. And if you want to know if you're a leader, if you do what you do and people follow you, you're a leader. If you do what you do and anybody following you, need I say more? Moving on. I have been bringing to life what? My fantasies. I've been living them all my life, okay? And some still to this day. I'm doing just what I'm fantasizing about doing. Over 30 years ago. Didn't have a clue, but I knew I wasn't gonna be doing what I used to do. Okay, so now enlightening you is what I do. I fantasize about being a good father, okay, to my children. Been there, done that. Bam. College graduates. Okay. I fantasize about being what? My best self. And with some, okay, with hard work, when daily, over the years, I've managed to make that happen for myself. Again, doing it. living out my fantasy. I'm in a fantasy world right now. This is my fantasy, and I'm living it. Don't get no better than that. That was my fantasy. I lived it, but I also paid for it. So when that fantasy don't produce something that's good, it's gonna be a nightmare because you're gonna wake up and realize, yeah, I messed up. Moving on. When you can say I and be responsible, that's all you need to be. That's repentance. That's laying back, putting the sword down, saying, I messed up. I did it. And take on the punishment like a man. Okay. But to continually do the same thing, no, that's not admirable at all. That's dumb. Moving on. I can't and I won't speak for anyone but myself. I'm never going to do it no other way. That's what I teach. That's what I preach. That's what I know. So that's not going to change. I'm only speaking for me. Fantasies is my reality today. I'm living it right now. So I'm just, again, speaking from experience. Moving on. Last one, I appreciate you tuning in. Let me wrap it up for you. I'm still living my fantasy as I'm doing what I'm doing right now is my fantasy. This day, to this day. Why? Because I live what? The right way. I live the right way. I'm living what I'm teaching or advocating. And what mainly I learned and mastered. Living, being my best self. That's all you can do. The work you have to put in, there you go, right there. That separates this from this. The lower is the whole bunch. At the top, not many. Why? Because the work they got to put in, everybody ain't gonna make it to the top. And what? Bring forth the work you had to put in to bring forth your fantasies in life. It has to be what? Done daily by who? You. You got to put the effort in. It's all self effort. What you bring to the table is what you're gonna be rewarded with after that. You bring good work, you get good results. You bring shoddy work, you can get shoddy results. Same thing. You reap what you sow. Whatever you call it, however you philosophize it, it's still the same thing. I told you that. Different ways, but the same thing. Fantasy, living out, manifesting what you believe is the same thing, being your best self. How about that? Wrapping it up. Fantasies, again, like change, don't just come, don't just happen. True, you have to what? Make it happen. That's the work that you put in to get done what you need done for you. I had fantasies of knowing thyself. After 30 years, I did that fantasy too. I'm here teaching you. That's my fantasy from way back. Like I say, I was a player from the Himalayas. I've been working on this a long time. Had no idea where it's leading me. Now I figured it out. I'm here. Like the gates. I'm here. I'm gonna be here. I ain't going nowhere. Moving on. Wrapping it up. Again, appreciate you. My fantasy life is mine. I made it that way. My fantasy life is mine, and nobody can take it away. I got this. You can feel the same way. Know thyself, be your best self, and your fantasy will be your reality too. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Didn't take long. I just want to make my point. I'm out. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers lived their fantasy life and passed away.